There we go. Banking. Everyone's banking.
Yes, mainly.
We don't get enough of that in real life, so let's inject it into our fantasy lives.
Yes. So yeah, you just need to pay 5,000 now up front, and then just give the 1,500 back, 15,000 back over the next month. That's pretty much what's been decided.
So we'll give back as much of the 15,000 as Asha hasn't had a chance to spend, which is hopefully almost all of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but see, that's the real problem here.
Well,
I know I'm not there in character, but
Yes.
If
Decimus is going to have a very long conversation about why.
If we pay Darthus's debt and she still has access to his account, it's just going to keep happening. So
I'll agree
Well,
to
that's why.
get the locks changed or similar, so we can change the code and she doesn't have access to it anymore. I understand my wrongs, and we'll go back to being happy people.
That is not going to go down well.
Good luck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Godspeed.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're done there.
yeah, you owe me money now. So
I do.
your characters always owe my characters.
Aside from all the money that you kind of already owed us.
Yes.
All right, go on.
So what is Hassan doing right now?
So, Hassan, who recently came into acquisition of the cipher for the other files that he got off of Red Serpent, he's probably going to be using the cipher to try and decode those documents, while also poring over the list of agents he got off of Lynn. And sort of seeing who he needs to Wolfspire in order to plug up the leaks.
Okay. Well, you read it using your cipher, and you find out that Gormal Craddock is actually worrying a lot of his subordinates, like the Red Serpent, and that's the Red Serpent seemed to think that Gormal Craddock had fallen into worshipping a god, an old god that used to rule in the north, in Asunder, and that Craddock came into his family fortune, and he took back Venuskar from lords who had deposed his family, and since then he's used this fabulous fortune to basically purport the worship of the Void King, which is a very, 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 very old deity, predates the Spire Church even by a long, long way. And it is said to be hiding out in a chasm somewhere, or a massive hole, or underneath the earth somewhere. Anyway, it's a real physical thing. It's not like the Spire Church. You've had loads of things in the Spire Church, but unlike that, the Void King is talked about as a real physical presence rather than not.
Something is actually physically existing that is the Void King.
Yes.
It's like a theologian's thing. It's actually a physical.
Yes. And Gormal Craddock seems to consider himself the prophet of this king, of this Void King.
Of course he does.
Yeah. So he sees it as his obligation to take over all of Asunder and turn it to the worship of this Void King, to then try and take over the world, basically. But this is all over the Red Serpent's head. He's not really that bothered about that. He just wants to get paid and go home, basically. And the last entry you see is that he's taken notice of you coming into the docks, and he said he's agents from the Obsidian Wolves who have been a very minor thorn in the side. And yes, so we've been ordered to basically make sure they don't leave the city, which didn't turn out very well for him.
Do the documents allude to who these agents are? Who they might be?
There's one called Salist, which is his code name, and he says Salist is actually in Wolfspire. Now, the rest of them don't really interest you. They're there's one in Well, no, not Ashkeep. There's one in like Ravenhold. There's one in and you're like yes. Don't know where any of those places are. Don't care. And then you see one in Wolfspire, and he has the highest clearance for all of Gormal Credoc's agents. So much so he's actually termed as an ally. As an ally of the old blood, basically. And yeah, his code name is Celest. And if you do an intelligence check for me with a -30.
Sure.
Yeah, you know that Celest is a Valenrethian name.
Right.
Normally given to ones of noble blood.
Wait. So, maybe one of the knights? Okay, well, I think for some of my, or like one of my agents, and basically have them stake out the Raven were the Valenrethian ones, weren't they?
Yes.
So I think I might have him just stake them out. Just have him post agents to every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Follow their movements, see if there's anything suspicious.
Okay.
While also trying not to be, discovered in doing so.
That's fine. They will do that.
And then are there any other noble Valenrethians in Wolfspire that I know of?
Mainly the knights. Those are the only ones you can actually think of, and those are the only ones I can think of as well. So
that'll be Hassan's for now. He'll probably pour over the documents again and again, but maybe not find anything else of interest.
Okay.
But he'll still do it anyway, just in case.
Okay. So, Darthus.
Yes.
You are called by one of Sire's people, by one of her. I think it'll be.
Not Besher, is it?
No, it's Hellas. Hellas comes to find you.
Okay.
Where are you?
That's a great question. I'd probably be in the Knights of the Raven liaison building.
Mm-hmm.
Just discussing things with them. Nothing too involved.
Yeah,
So.
she just knocks on the door and pokes her head in, and says, Lord Commander, you better come and see this on the battlements.
Right, on the battlements. Very well. Are we under attack or?
No, I don't think so. Just come and see.
Okay, I will, and I'll follow behind Alice then.
So you go up to the battlements on the back of the.
If you say there's a dragon there, Dean, I swear to God.
There's a dragon there.
There's a dragon there.
Now you go onto the battlements, onto the back of the battlements over here, and she takes you up to this binding tower here. But you end up have to go right up to the top on the other side to then walk across because you can't get in because Darthus is basically sealed. Decimus basically sealed it off. But you can get onto the very top of it here, and you can see scorch marks on the ground where lots of binding training has been happening. But then she points out over the waters, and you can see 17 ships, all with purple sails, like deep purple sails, with the Valenrethian royal crest on it, and they're basically massive triremes. So they look very different to the Eastern ships and the Caldanian ships. They're just massive, big triremes that are just beating their way over to Wolfspire.
Okay. Hellas, you need to find the others, okay? Gather in the war room. Everyone you can think of. Well, I mean the senior people, not the senior people, not.
Yes, fine. I'll go. And she goes and
thank you.
Tries to find everyone.
I'll just take a moment to breathe and head down to the war room and wait for the others to arrive.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Does anyone else want to do anything? Or...
Nothing important.
Is the diplomatic meeting room you're talking about?
I suppose so. I suppose that's better than the war room, actually, yes.
Okay.
Well, it depends. Have they sent an envoy to us, or is it just...
We'll have to find out. There's just a fuck ton of ships coming, David. Has anyone been sent ahead at all, Dean? Have we had anyone?
Nope, nothing been sent ahead.
Okay.
Nothing has been sent ahead.
I'm saying that voice. It's more ominous. I like this.
Yes, well, you know. Does anyone want to do anything before they get here? Like, anyone want to plan anything? Or I know it's hard to plan for because you don't know what they want, but let's give you that chance now.
Well, definitely, draw up all of our troops and get everybody up and ready. Whatever, all the merchants that we have in and around, bring them in within the walls. That's it.
Cool. So, eventually, these purple-sailed ships pull up, and they are not in battle formation. They just pull up outside of Wolfspire, and they send a runner up to the gates, who formally requests that they be allowed entry into the castle. There's a diplomatic envoy here from the Emperor of Valenreath.
I see. Well, I'd suggest that we all go out together and receive this runner.
Yeah.
Cool.
See what they want. Okay.
So, are you going to open the gates? Or are you going to just...
Yeah, we're going to open the gates to the runner at least and see what he has to say.
Okay. So, a Valenreathian honor guard is let into the keep, and they march just through the gates, just up here, and straight onto the training grounds. And there's around 200 of them, all knights, all in thick steel silver plate. They look like from the Legion. Actually, these are legionaries, so they have overlapping Lorica segmentum upper armor. They have silver greaves. They have a Greek-style war skirt on with like iron and steel flaps over leather, and they have round hoplon shields with the Gorgon and a dragon and dragons emblazed on them fighting. And they have silver Corinthian helms that are over their heads, and they are standing to a man like perfect discipline. At the front of them, looking a bit bored, is the envoy, who you guys know as Resin, who is standing at the front of the.
This kid again.
Who is standing at the front of the group, and he's. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, does he flinch when he sees Hassan at all, or?
Hassan has made himself conspicuous, so no, he didn't see Hassan at all.
Okay, good stuff. Okay. Has made himself inconspicuous. Good stuff.
Yeah. So he looks like he's in a mix between Valenreathian garb and
shiny fucking armor.
Yeah, Valenreathian garb and more wolfish, garb from Kaldanian, basically. So he's mixed the two together, and he strides over with that sword over his back, like it's not where it is now in his hand. And he basically just looks to you, Darthus, and he says, I hear we have an ally over here at last.
That we do. We do. I'm liking this this purple look on you, Resin. It's a good one.
Fuck off, Darthus.
The same man I always knew. Very well, please come in. Make yourself welcome.
Yes, thank you. And he looks around for wine, and he looks over at Shokan, who just gives him a middle finger. He's like, and then just like walks off towards where Darthus is leading. Are you leading him into the Great Hall?
Yes, I think we will. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the legionaries stand to attention there, like stock still, as you guys head off into the hall. Sire, where are you?
Yeah, I came out with Darthus.
Okay. So you're going in with Darthus now, or are you staying out there?
Yeah, if he wants me to go, I'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like you all there. I mean, yeah, as a unit, obviously. It's not my decision, really. Okay.
Just a quick thing to Hassan. There is the Great Hall. There is a second floor to the Great Hall that has balconies all the way around it.
Well, I mean, if it's not too... If I can sort of make my way there without being seen, I might make my way up to the second floor and just sort of... to them.
Yeah.
Like, on the railing, so they can't actually see who I am. I just look like someone milling around.
Yeah, cool. You can do that. So you can't hear very much from up there, but you can see body language and you can lip read as well. So, you know, it's not like it's not a huge deal for you to be up there. So Decimus, are you there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get to the Great Hall, you know, he shares wine with you, and he says, "I'll say it plain. I've managed to hold off the Emperor for as long as I can, but his war with the Amber King, it's in a stalemate. We fought as much as we can, but the Amber King just keeps getting more money. Anyway, we traced the money back to its source, and wouldn't you know, Gormal Creddock." And he like raises his eyebrows when he sees your reaction. He goes, "See, you've run across the man."
We may have done once or twice. Yes, yeah, a thorn in our side too, as I'm sure you can imagine.
He says, "If the Emperor doesn't see any reason for the Obsidian Wolves to remain out of the fold for much longer. As a matter of fact, he's willing to give you the Legion."
The Legion? Well.
3 of them, in fact.
Well, that would certainly help our fight.
Well, that's around 75,000 Silver Legionaries in your employ. We'll send them by ship to Asunder to help you with the coming conflict.
Very well. Please tell the Emperor that this is a welcome gift. I don't think that we could have put up a good fight against Gormal Creddock without them.
He looks pained and says, "It's not a gift, Darthus."
What is it then, my friend?
He says, "After the war, the Obsidian Wolves have to send their full strength to the west to attack the lands of the Amber King whilst the Emperor invades. And in doing so, the Obsidian Wolves become a shock arm of the Valenrethian Empire."
So you're asking us to give our independence, you know, everything that we've built here, and to come under the Emperor's wing. So
Independence? You're still a loyal subject of the Emperor, are you not?
Of course, but we have we conduct our own operations over here. I think you understand.
He says, "I do understand. The Emperor, however, has a legacy to maintain and build. What are the ambitions of a cousin compared to that?"
I see. Well, I'd appreciate if you give us some time to think about this. Obviously, this isn't a split decision.
I will, of course, and but I'll expect quarters for a few weeks whilst I take care of some business in Asunder. I need to send out my agents against Gormal Creddock to find out what he's up to. Maybe we can pool our resources on that front.
Sounds like a good idea.
Good.
Please feel free to take any quarters that you like, well, apart from those of my comrades, but they'll soon kick you out if you tread anywhere that you're not welcome.
I'm sure. I mean, just like chuckles and then says, "I need to speak with your spy master immediately."
Of course.
Good. Send them to my quarters when I found them. I'll have a runner, tell you where I am. And he turns on his heels and like strides out of the hall.
So that was fun, everyone. Does anyone have any initial reactions to that? I know how I feel about it.
I'm not certain. Depends on. I worry about how he's going to react one way or another. Causing it.
I agree.
Saya, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, the only thing I'm really worried about when the walls tried to kill us when we first came. I don't really want to mess with the wolf spire more than we have to. So I'm a bit worried about someone else wanting to take over. It might not end up well for them, or for us, or anyone, really.
That is.
That's a good point. Well, I'm really not very keen to give up our independence and everything, and being able to do our own thing, and we've obviously worked very hard to build this up over the time that we've been here. So I'm not all that happy about this, I have to be honest. I don't know how everyone else feels about it. Did Hassan take in that conversation?
Oh yes, he did.
He did. Good stuff.
But I'm still on the second floor. So.
Yeah.
I imagine he's now panickingly trying to figure out what the fuck he's going to do about this guy coming to see him.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a little awkward.
Just a little.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure, like, what terms did I part with the Bainametian government?
It wasn't too bad. Like you're not a wanted man.
We gave Hassan back control of the Black Hand in return for a lot of support and a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a case that I've since been deposed. So, how much am I aware that the government was involved in that?
You don't think the government was involved in that, quite frankly. So yeah, you're not too bothered about anything like that. You've had dealings with Resin before, who may not be too fond of you, but that's about it. That's the limit. Like the government, you don't think the government were behind you losing control of the
Black Hand.
The Black Hand, yeah.
The shadows.
There's not many people Resin is too fond of, so
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not like you're part of an exclusive group or anything. Yeah.
So, I think Hassan's just more sort of concerned about what the Bainametians want more than anything else. Because, having been in Bainametian politics long enough, I think he's fully aware that nothing good ever comes for free from the Bainametian Empire. They obviously want something. There's just a question of him trying to figure out what the hell they want.
Yeah.
Once the meeting's concluded, I'll probably seek out Resin, once he found his quarters.
Okay. That's fine. So we can do that now if you want to. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you come to the barracks. And that's where Resin is. He's in a larger room in the barracks, just over here on the map. And his door is open, and he's there. Just he's got his sword, and he's just he's planted it on the. He's placed it on the table. He's just looking at it in thought.
Well, I'll sort of just walk up to the door and just rap on it.
He just looks over and says, and just goes, "Oh, I was hoping the reports were false."
Well, unfortunately for you, they are true.
He says, "You always seem to pop up, you old scoundrel."
Wow. I like to keep busy.
He turns around and goes, "Will you take some wine?"
I'll sort of look at the wine and say, I don't mean to offend, but I don't drink when there's business to be done.
He says,
He wanted to speak to me.
He says, "Hassan Ishtar refusing wine?" He just turns around and goes, "What's the word coming to?" So he comes down and just pours some wine and gives you a goblet. But if you refuse it, he just drains it himself. He says, so, to business. I have 6 agents that I need seeding throughout Asunder. I assume that you would know the best places for them to be. In fact, I'm willing to give them unto your charge.
Perhaps I do, but I would have to know what it is these agents are hoping to accomplish if I'm to best place them.
General information gathering. You want to know what Gormal Craddock's up to. Men like that, they can build empires. We only want one empire being in Saga. Hassan, you know that.
He smiles at that and sort of nods his head. Well, I can certainly give suggestions and direct them to where they need to go.
Well, I was more along the lines of a full disclosure. You know, I give you these people, you use them, and you share the information with me.
That seems perfectly acceptable to me.
Good. Then I'll send word there to take up permanent quarters here. Where do you normally put your agents when they're staying in headquarters?
I just sort of smile and go, I don't know. It's best that way.
He says, "Oh, wheels within wheels." And like pours another drink. He says,
I sort of go, when you play the great game, you have to play it well.
He says, well, that's our business concluded then, unless you want to stay for some wine.
Perhaps one goblet.
Good.
Now our business is concluded. And I'll sort of like hold out the goblet.
Yes, cool. So you guys just have a drink, reminisce and stuff.
Yeah, I might sort of like make small talk and sort of try and glean information on how the Empire is doing.
You get from him that I mean, he divulges straight away. You know, I can't give up military secrets. You know, obviously, but he turns around to the sword and goes, "The Emperor gave him that sword at the siege of Reverine. We thought all was lost there for a while. I'll be honest with you, Hassan. I put a gloss on it for young Darthus, but there was a time there we were up against it. It was only Damocles' tactical nous that got us out of trouble. That and my sword arm."
Yes, well, your sword arm has solved more than a few problems for the Empire in the past.
Yes, it has. It has. He looks around and goes, "We're back to a stalemate. There was a time when we were going to annihilate the Amber King and take all of Sulla's lands, and now he turned the tables on us and laid siege to Reverine. And now we're back to square one again. So,
yes, this Gormal is certainly a thorn in many a people's side."
There we go. Jesus.
There we go. Yeah, so he says, I've not heard too much about him, never met the man. Not too sure what he'd want with agents in Valenreath.
I sort of smile and go, might have something to do with the fact that he's trying to resurrect a god.
His eyebrows just raise and he goes, "Really? I thought we left all that bullshit behind with Carrion."
Sort of look around me and sort of go, since we're setting up as partners here, I'll disclose what little I know. And what I know is that he's attempting to revive, was it the Void? Whatever.
Void King, yeah.
Some ancient deity from way before even the Spire Church.
Huh. And he just like leans back and like
ends. Who knows? But most probably power. Given that he thinks he's this god.
Okay.
Profit.
Okay. So yeah, he basically just sits back and says, "Oh, well, bugger me. I've just learned more in 2 seconds than my agents have in about a year. But I suppose you have been right on top of the issue for quite a while now."
You cut out there. Like, what did you say? Sorry?
Oh, he says, you know, I've just learned more in 2 minutes than it took all my agents to learn in a year. So, well, I'll leave my agents in your capable hands.
Well, they are indeed very capable hands. And I'll sort of stand up to leave and say, "It's been a pleasure as always, Wesley."
She says,
and then bow my head.
He says, "You too, Black Hand," and gives like a mock salute as you leave.
But yeah, then I'll head back to my quarters and sort of make arrangements to integrate these agents into my network.
Cool.
But of course, I'll give them Central at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to sort of gauge them first, see if I can trust them, or if
Okay.
they have some ulterior motive. Because he's not really trustful people just giving him things. He feels like there's always a reason.
Always an
to
accident.
give things.
Mm. Okay.
I'll sort of keep them auxiliary to sort of the main thrust of his information gathering until he can sort of trust them.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. So, Darthus.
Yes.
I mean Decimus. Sorry. It's,
Yes.
you're here, aren't we? Yes. So, someone comes to you. It's just one of the serfs, one of the normal serfs, who is very alarmed and states that Elaine, who is your ward, has slipped into a coma. She hasn't woken all day, and they can't wake her up. Like they've tried everything to wake her up, and they can't.
Okay. I'm gonna rush over there and immediately start checking out the binding. See what I can find.
Okay. Okay, let's go back over there. Okay, so you find that she's being pulled under, but using binding, and to get in there, you're going to have to do a thing called dream walking, which is quite an advanced binding technique that you've not done before, where you need to fall asleep near her and jump straight into her dream or wherever she is and try and pull her out. Like she's obviously trying. You can feel her trying to pull out, but she doesn't have the power to do so.
I'm gonna have a couple of my apprentices nearby. I'm doing this. Keep an eye on things that are going around the castle. Going around the castle while this is happening.
They'll look at each other and all 4 of them or 5 of them just go, okay. We'll put a binding shield around us just so no one can see.
And then I'm gonna nod to them and say, you've done well so far. And sorry, and say, you have all done. You've all been proven me very proud. I plan to take care of all of you.
Cool.
And I'm gonna delve into try to save her.
Okay. So, the first thing you find when you close your eyes and you finally slip away is that she's running through what looks like a battered wolf spire, like wolf spire even in worse shape than when you found it. And she's running through, and she can't seem to see you. In fact, she passes straight through you, and she's running away down the actual. Oops, I'll pull you forward. Down the actual main entrance. So it's like she's running away from the sea, just over here. She looks to be going slower than in real life, so she just, all the colours are fading into each other, and the edges of your vision are kind of blurred. But she's running through here, with a panicked look on her face. And you get the sense of something utterly monstrous out here, like a looming black shape that reaches almost to the sky. And it has no eyes, just a looming black shape that's just standing there looking at what you're at Elaine as she runs back into the keep.
I'm going to, try to get her focus, get her attention in front of her, and to me, saving her is more important than, figure out exactly what it is that's coming after her in the dream. Even though I do know that she has protecting my apprentice comes first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, roll 5 binding check. Just roll a binding check for me. Actually, one. Just the one binding check. Okay. So yeah, you can't. You don't manage to get through to her, and 4 spirits, actually, phantoms, come into the vision around her, and try to attack her, and she just goes down, and tries to cover her head.
And I will immediately attack the phantoms.
Okay.
A way to make I'm gonna attack them physically and with the binding.
Okay. That's cool.
Should I roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I assume that I can bring the sunglaive into my hands within a dream.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna use my abilities to make it actually be not a shitty roll.
Mm-hmm.
A few times with sunglaive. See if I get them off of her.
Okay. So they don't have any armor on, so it just bursts through 3 of them, and the last one leaps to try and strike her. So you can have one more attack if you want to try and keep her from harm. Cool. And you blast that one away as well, and it just screams, and its inky presence just blasts away into the ether. But what you can see on the left-hand side now is that looming presence is now here, and is clawing its way in. You still can't see what it is, but it's clawing its way in up this gantry here, and it's pulling apart the stone, and actually pulling apart the actual castle so much that there's a gap in the ground opening up here, which sulfur just hisses out of it.
I'm gonna try to pick her up and run with her.
Mm-hmm. Your hands meld directly through her as you do so, and you can hear one of your apprentices' voices in your head just saying, "She doesn't know you're there. You need to make her aware of your presence before you touch her."
And so I'm gonna try to get her attention. Just try to look, coming down to her level so she can see me, and look into her eyes and call to her.
Okay, use the binding for me. Just one binding check. Okay. So yeah, you succeed this time, and she looks at you and goes, What are you doing here?"
And then pull come and pull her away from the monsters. And as I'm running away from the monsters, you're dreaming. You need to wake up. You need to come back to us.
Okay, I got the last bit there. That's fine. So yeah, she says, "I know," and she says, "Where can we go?"
I'm gonna head to the Great Hall because I think the Great Hall is probably a comforting place for people the most part.
Okay, I can't hear what you're saying, man. You're breaking up really terribly now.
Okay.
I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll go to someone else, and then we'll come back to you in the dream, and hopefully it'll clear up by then. Anyone there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hopefully that clears up. So we'll come back to the dream in a little bit. So what's he saying? Huh, weird.
That's pretty nice.
So yes, Saya,
Yes.
what are you doing at the moment?
Yes. I'm looking through this book and I just have this confused look on my face. I look up Duro. There is no way that some of these things happened, and I show him this panel of Hassan decapitating 10 people with his bow in a panel, something ridiculous like that. Like, I don't know what's going on here. There's no way. We need to find some new sources.
He's just like, well, you know, it says in the front, based on a true story, and if you can't believe, you know, comic book writers, who can you believe?
See, I mean, it's useful so we get some context on the Black Hand's reputation. I'll give you that, but look at this.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Hassan with an attachment on his bow like this? I haven't.
Which one are you reading? And he like holds it and goes, Hassan rescues the 1,000 scantily clad bikini babes.
I mean, that is based on a true story.
Yeah. He says, that's a good one.
Yes, it's very enjoyable, but we can't use these as reliable sources. I hope you understand that.
Well, why not? It's the only source that's readily available.
I can't believe I have to tell you how to gather information.
It's like, I know how to gather information, I just like this information more.
Alright.
Okay.
You have to, for every comic book you use as a source, you have to find 3 other sources. How does that sound, Duro?
Fine.
Alright. Good talk.
Okay. So we'll head back to the dream now, because I think David's back, I think.
Hopefully it stays consistent, because it keeps just like, for most time it's under 100 ping, but it keeps jumping up randomly.
Okay. Well, we'll just see how it goes. No panic. It's all right. We can just skip around if it happens again. So no worries. So the presence is pulling its way through here, so it's like standing right before you.
I pull her to the Great Hall, because I feel like it'd be or rather to the Binding Tower, because I feel like it'd be a place where she feels safe.
Cool. So you pull her through there.
So that we can take the moment to try to really, get her focused to get us out of here.
Okay. So you look behind you, and as you're doing that, and you see the large shape is getting smaller, and it's actually coalescing forwards into the figure of a person. And you just hear a voice say, "Why do you flee? Do you not wish to know who I am?"
You are a distraction and a curse upon my people.
And finally he coalesces and light just explodes outwards. And you see, I don't know whether you remember his face, but it's the corpse that was on the table of Varro, standing there.
Oh, I remember. That was a pretty traumatic experience.
Yeah. So yeah, he's standing there, and he says, "Physical form I don't have at the moment, but matter of time." And you can see that the massive presence is still behind him. Just huge, but it's lending him power to project his whatever this is into the binding.
Yeah, I respond with, and when you do have a physical presence, it'll only make it easier for me to destroy you.
He just smiles. Yes, people have tried. People much more skilled than you, my friend. And yet you feel like burning in your throat as a hand closes around it that you can't really see.
I'm gonna reach into myself for the Tempest power, and as I say that, people more skilled maybe, but none so determined, and kind of tries to push out with binding with Tempest energy at him.
Cool. Let's do a binding duel.
Oh shit!
The last time this happened, you died.
So explain the rules of binding.
Last time this happened, he died, and I gained an extra check on my binding.
Yeah.
Okay, so binding duels. Both gonna roll off. Well,
Mhm.
let me get through the binding duels and the rule set. All right. I haven't actually done this in a while.
It's okay. Yeah, we haven't done that in ages.
The two binding users kind of seal each other off, seal themselves off, and fight with each other using binding checks.
Mhm.
And it's done as a five rounds,
Mhm.
and we roll off an element, and we roll off.
Okay.
And I would send. I'm going to send my to Dean when he's chosen his without telling me.
Mhm.
And if I choose if I choose one that a element that he has an advantage over, then I take a minus to my roll.
Mhm.
And if he chooses one that I have an advantage over, then then I get a plus to my roll and he gets a minus.
Cool. I'm ready to go. There's D100 rolling on, right?
Crits don't really matter.
Okay.
I assume that we both have 10, so that's not going
Yes.
to matter either. So it's the only thing is going to be the roll itself
Mhm.
and what element we choose.
Okay. And so it's best out of 5, isn't it? Because you're like blasting power at each other.
Yep.
Cool. So when do we reveal what we've done?
First, you're going to say. First, you can decide your element. Then I can just announce it in chat, and
Okay.
then or you wouldn't have. You don't technically have to announce it. You would just do the plus or minus on your own.
To keep it fair, why didn't you type it into? Why don't you whisper it to someone in Roll20? So it's like you whisper it to any of the other guys, not me, and then they will tell me, what you've chosen after you've,
Okay.
Because then otherwise you can say to me, oh, I've picked fire, and I can just go, well, I'm doing water.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean? So,
all right. Well, we can both whisper to Sim.
yeah. How do we whisper? Does it slash
W and then the name. Their in character name.
/W space character name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if the weakness, the element order is here, I'll put in the chat. And if and you give a minus 10, and if you have the weakness,
Mhm.
and the other one gets a plus 5 to the roll.
Okay. Cool. You typed yours.
I already set mine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Saya, what was the result?
I see them. Okay. So what exactly am I looking for?
What beats what?
Their element is before mine or after mine, then one of us gets a bonus,
Okay,
and the other
yeah.
gets a minus,
What if it's
or
neither,
nothing
though?
happens. Then it's just nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
And we just both do a plain roll and see what happens.
Okay, yeah, nothing
Okay.
happens then.
Cool.
All right.
So I will do a D100.
Both pick the same element then.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh
it's a
dear.
good start for me.
There could not be more different.
Sadly, crits don't actually matter for the duel.
Yeah.
I wrote it that way, so it's just a straight plus minus.
Okay, so
But this is a good start.
So he's not expecting you to be this powerful, so you just hurl this guy backwards, and he goes flying over here, and the monster behind him just rages with these, like, and you see these, like, baleful yellow eyes just go blasting out of his head. And with that, Carrigan pulses with energy, and he stands up and goes, oh, unexpected.
And then they shout at him, "You will not have my apprentices." And then we'll continue the duel.
Cool. So we message to Sire again?
Yep.
Cool.
Alright. So I want to make sure I'm getting this correctly. If it's directly before or directly after, that shows a strength or weakness.
The ones before are strong against the one after. So, for instance, if I chose water and he chose fire, then I'd get minus 10, he'd get plus 5.
But they have to
if
be
you
directly connected, like right next to each other.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
nothing
if you
happens.
choose,
then.
if they choose either or, then they just get a +5.
Okay. We should do the next one again.
Roll again.
Alright, so yeah, he blasts you back this time, and you go. You don't move your legs, but you get pushed back on the floor as you like hold your hands up with Elaine behind you, and he says, and he looks at you with like a smile and says, "Whatever makes you think I want your apprentice?" And he smiles.
You'll not have. You'll not have.
700. The lag is above 700. So we do it again. So it's what,
Yep.
1 to 1 right now? So it's not first to 5, is it? It's best out of 5, right?
Best out of 5, so first to 3.
Okay.
You've got to do another 2 at least to
Mhm.
decide this.
Cool. What happens, Saya?
I haven't gotten. Oh, nothing again.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's really like pushing you back now with this electrical energy. You're both doing a limited power, but he's like it's almost touching your hands, but he's pushing you back.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 to 1. So if he gets the next one, you're maybe in a bit of trouble.
Alright.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh my fucking god! Nothing again.
Oh!
Yeah.
I love this unique.
Oh,
think I'm dead.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is not good.
Oh, okay. That cancels out. You both fail. So yeah, we need to re-roll that entire thing. That last round. So still, if you lose this one, you're still dead. Well, not dead, but you know what I mean. You still are in trouble.
Are we doing element again, or do you want to just roll?
Yeah, do element again.
It'll do something one of these days.
Gotta work once, isn't it?
Nothing.
Loving.
Well,
Fucking element, don't we?
okay. Why don't you roll? Oh.
Seriously?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, like, he blasts you back, and you manage to. Elaine escapes. Okay. But he, like, you're exhausted, you fall to the floor, and he walks towards you and goes, he's like panting and he goes, "A good try." And then he just like says, "But unfortunately, not good enough." And you feel like something's pouring behind your eyes. It's like looking for information. And then finally, your eyes open and you're back in the room again. But you're not seeing with your own eyes for a moment, and it's almost like you're a passenger in your own flesh as you sit up and look around, and everyone's looking at you like, you know, are you okay? And then finally, you blink again, and you blink again, and you have control of your body back again. So it's like, yeah, you're actually using your body now.
So for the first time he blinks, he probably just sits and looks around. Maybe he does like a grin or something. But then Decimus kind of when he finally gets control, he's gonna kind of take a second, fall to the ground, and then check on Elise.
Yeah, she's fine. She's lying there, just with her eyes open, just like asking you if you're okay.
And I'm just gonna be kind of like just shaking my head, like you know, he's so powerful. And then after a moment, I'll kind of regain my composure.
Mm-hmm.
And turn to my apprentices and say, summon everyone to the war room, right ahead of us.
And she says, "Okay." And she does so.
And then I'll meet everyone in the war room.
Cool.
I'll head there.
to like really sit and compose myself because you know the Decimus is quite powerful to mining. He's not expected to be trashed by someone.
Fair enough. So, is everyone going to go to the? I mean, Sire, you're probably. I mean, Sire, you're probably exacerbated now because like the third time you've had to go to this fucking room today. Apparently, everyone has important business.
And Decimus is going to look pretty fucking haggard when you guys see him.
So you guys are all in there now? What do you want to do?
I'm just waiting patiently in the war room.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Yes, I'm just sort of wondering if there's ever a peaceful day in this fucking place.
We had so long that very little happened and we were very comfortable with everything, and then suddenly everything goes wrong over and over again.
I'll just I'll walk up to Decimus and say, Decimus, are you okay? You look a little bit worn down. Have you been running?
I kind of laugh. Decimus running.
Do you remember when I told you guys? He would have mentioned that my apprentice had prophetic dreams. And, like turning into. I don't think Hassan had heard this before, but the others have.
Heard what? Sorry.
That my apprentice had a prophetic dreams.
No, I feel like this. If you've made it aware to everyone else, I feel like Hassan would have made himself aware of this information.
Happened. The prophetic dream happened before we went to. Oh no! It happened just before we went to the meeting with the stars. So yeah, you would have heard this.
Yeah.
Right. Her dream while she was dreaming, her mind was invaded by a powerful binding user. We did. Who was the name of the guy who was being resurrected? Who the guy was trying to resurrect? I can't remember it right now. When
Cassius Varro was trying to resurrect Etius Carrion. So let me just. Resurrecting.
I had Varro written down, but not.
Yeah. We left it ambiguous whether he succeeded or not. So.
Know that someone got resurrected. We don't know who.
Yes. Yeah. We just don't know to what extent they succeeded.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of bring Hassan into the fold as to the events of that day. In the Skybreaker event.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is something Hassan would already be aware of, but he'd just sort of nod along anyway.
Well, this happened a very long time ago.
Yeah, Hassan was also like the head of one of the largest spy organizations in the entire world at the time. So,
at the time,
and it occurred in Valen as well. So,
no. This particular incident happened in just I can't remember the name of the town just north of Seda, or west of Seda, and there was a huge event in which this part of the city basically lifted up the sky and then dropped. Bad, it was very bad, but nobody was in the catacombs except for the few of us and the resurrected corpse.
So yeah, I think that's fills in Hassan.
So he'd explain that, and then whomever they resurrected else, he tried to consume. I believe he's coming for us. And I don't think I don't believe we're prepared yet for him.
Well, what would you suggest we do with this information, Decimus?
Decimus kind of like visibly sags into his chair. I don't know. And he's kind of looking like a little lost.
But Hassan will sort of turn to you like, well, You are the law keeper. If anyone's going to have a chance of discovering the weakness of our magical opponent, it will be you. So, I suggest you start reading.
He kind of like looks around at everybody. How is Darthus reacting to this?
He's a bit stunned about, well, one, the whole resurrection thing, and two, the fact that Cassius Varro is still in the picture.
Well, Cassius Vero is very, very much dead. Whoever Cassius Vero resurrected.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
That's what I remember. It's
I think
whoever he resurrected.
Yeah, he's just going to turn to you and say, so these dreams, does that mean that this individual is out there now, or is this something to come? Do you know?
He's there now, and he's preparing, and I believe he's coming here soon.
See, well, I don't know what we can do to prepare. I know very little of the binding, and we don't know where this individual may be or who they may be. I'm pretty sure what's best here. Do you have any ideas, Decimus, about who this may be?
I don't know, but I'll try to find out. He's gonna kind of like sort head out, but like slowly. Like he's visibly shaken. Do research.
Perhaps you should get some rest, Decimus, before you start your research. It'd be better if you were rested. Clearer.
He's gonna turn back from the doorway. Say, if only there was time, and then head out.
I see. Okay. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to deal with there.
Cool.
Kind of leave business to his devices. Not really sure what to do with that information, really.
Saya, do you have anything to add to?
Well, I'm feeling like our best chance is to try and get as many people on our side as possible. So I think that, let's just say I've already mentioned to the party that we should try and get the Forsaken Sons, on our side. And then I might actually go talk to Shokan.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What?
No,
Talking to Shokan of her own volition.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Shokan might have some ideas on people we can get on our side.
Yeah, some ideas, that's for sure.
Alright, I will bring Dura with me and Hellas. Because I think, I'll bring Jingham instead of Hellas. I'll let her watch Besha again for a little bit.
Okay.
Jingham doesn't get to do much.
So you walk out and you see Shokan there. He's got a loincloth on and nothing else, and he's surrounded by a few cheering, well, not cheering, but like Asunder girls who are like jumping up and down and clapping. Well, although these Asunder girls are just like admiring, and like the Gensen girls are jumping up and down and clapping, and like geisha robes and stuff. And he's like going through his motions and not really paying them much attention.
Just like, ugh. Like, I can't help but think of like the Prince Ali scene from Aladdin. Like,
yeah, pretty much. That mixed with Johnny Bravo, pretty much.
Okay. So I walk up. I walk up with Jingham and Duro.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Shokan, can we have a word? Whenever you're ready, take your time.
He turns around and goes, Geek 1, Geek 2 are luscious. And he just like nods to you.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I guess we'll go wait for him whenever he's done being.
Yeah, he's finished.
Or whatever's
going he's good.
On okay.
He's finished.
All right, Shokan, You may have noticed that things are getting a bit crazy. And
Tell you what is crazy. Crazy is the feelings I have for you.
Well, thank you, Shokan. But
Perhaps
what I meant.
We can go get a black granule drink one time.
Okay. Anyway, so as you've noticed, there is a lot going on, and I think we could use some more men. Do you have any ideas? Shogo said that you might have an idea.
Shogo says a lot of things. He knows how smart I am. He turns around and he says, have you contacted the forlorn sons? Or the forsaken sons?
We keep saying it wrong. Yes, we have sent them a message arranging to have a meeting with them. But yeah, according to our letters that we have one from Kanek that says you might have an idea of some people in Saga who might be willing to join us.
Yes, these are general men-at-arms. You are border-serving merchants and nobles. If you wish, I can go there myself and rile these men up.
Yes, that sounds good.
Good. I will need 5,000 golden alms.
Done.
Huh. I wasn't expecting it to be that easy.
Well, that's our job.
As you do that, several horses come thundering through the entrance, and they make the Valenrethian and Silver Legion like just dart aside, like, you know, definitely. And they have a banner which is just all black, and they just like slam it down in the ground. And the first man, he's on horseback. It looks like this. And the second one, which you will all remember from the tournament, looks like this.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay. Is that Gaijin?
Gaijin's the first one.
Oh, okay. Which one's that?
That's Kanos Blackmane, so he's got black hair.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, not that hair, but yeah, black hair.
Okay,
So
cool.
it's like that, except, you know, black hair.
Yeah.
Like black name.
Yeah, so, yeah, speak of the devil. It's like the Forsaken Sons are here.
Yep, Gaijin just like jumps down off the saddle and just like slams into the earth and like looks around. And as I walks over to Shokan, and the two like just lock arms like in a legionary, you know, shake hands, like shake forearms basically. Exchange a few words, not really, and then Shokan nods to you, sire, and he walks over and says, they call me Gaijin over here. Heard there's work.
There is. I'm Saya. The whatever my title is. Oh God,
You know, Saya. It'd just be Saya of the, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't say I am Saya, the assassin person. You'd say I am.
Whatever.
You don't really need to, you know, introduce yourself. People know who you are.
Well, I don't know that. I don't think people know who I am. It's kind of the anti-goal of what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, he looks around at the assembled people, and people rushing around and beating out dents in armor and sharpening swords, and he's like, "Looks like you're getting ready for war. Looks like you'll need us."
We are. I'm going to look over to Shokan. Would you mind fetching Darthus for me?
Shokan's like, "Nah." Then he looks at Gaijin and goes, "Don't touch. She's mine," and like walks off.
And I look at Gaijin and just shake my head. Like, no, I'm not. Like that sort of thing.
Gaijin's like, see, some things don't change.
Yeah. So your name sounds Gensen, but you look as though you're from somewhere else.
He's like, that's because I wasn't born over here. I was born in Kildanian.
My parents were Kildanian.
Oh, good. That's very nice to hear.
Yeah, I was born in Gensen.
He says, we're polar opposites then.
I don't know if I'd describe it that way, but
Well,
sure.
He turned around and says, well, I was born in Kildanian, but, I now live in Gensen and in the east, and you were born in the east, and you lived in Kildanian for a while, didn't you just say?
Well, no, my parents are from...
I understand,
I
I
was born in
understand.
Gensen.
I understand, my apologies. And he just turned around to Kanos, who's like just sitting there, just
Not
like
needed.
looking over everyone. He says, what you think? And Kanos just shrugs and he goes, they're doomed.
That's nice. Reply.
Okay. I'm just kind of awkwardly, like, kind of maybe shifting back and forth a little bit, waiting for Darthus to come out.
Yeah, can have Darthus come out.
Our Lord Commander will be out soon.
Yeah, Darthus can come out, and is followed by Resin and a few other people. And anyone else can be there who wants to be there. Like I think Desmond should be staggering out or doing whatever he needs to be doing.
Unless they called for Desmond specifically, he's going to be burying himself in research.
No, they didn't call for you specifically. They're just doing their stuff basically.
Yeah, he's just going to be kind of burying himself in research for as much as he can.
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay. I'll just I'll walk up to the assorted group and just turn to Sire and say, "What do we have here? Who are our guests?"
Gaijin just folds his arms and just says, 500 riders, well, warriors and riders, the Forsaken Sons. And he like just nods his head and to Kanos, who like pulls down a bit of cloth, and like the actual banner is revealed, and it's like a black scorpion on a white field.
The Forsaken Sons. I'll give them a respectful nod and say, I've heard much about your affairs in this land. You're a welcome sight around here.
So you sure we've been fighting in Gensan for the past 5 years? He's like, yeah, I've heard a lot about you guys as well. You got into a bit of a spot of bother, I see. That's why I keep my crew smaller. Yeah, avoids attention.
Bother which time? It just seems to blur into one nowadays. Can't seem to escape it. And I presume that's why you're here.
He says, well, we're here because everyone in the region has been forced to choose a side, and Gormal Craddock's a bit too far away and a bit too fanatical for my tastes.
Well, I'm glad you made your decision on more than just logistics. If it was just convenience that was swaying the minds of lords and warriors these days, we wouldn't really have much of a chance now, would we?
Well, a lot of my boys are from Valenreath and Kildanian as well, so fighting for an Asunder super state, not something we really want to do. Plus, we've been fighting the Asunder for most of our time in the east.
I see. Well, you can continue to do that here if that pleases you. We have gold to speak of. And men.
Says, yeah, if it's going to be civil war, I'd rather be on the one that doesn't house most of the people I've been fighting for the past God knows how many years.
A smart one too, I see. Good stuff. I think we'll make fine use of you.
He's like,
show us
go on, sorry.
some of your skills then, my friend.
How do you mean?
Well, I have friends here. Perhaps you could show us what you can do.
Oh. He just shrugs and goes, alright. We'll warn you though, I'm not even the best warrior in my company.
Very well. Pick your best, and we'll see what we're up against.
No, I believe you've seen Kanos fight before. He's my best. I'll take on whoever you deign to throw at me.
Oh yeah, Kanos was in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to turn over to Shakan and see what he's doing. Mm-hmm.
He's stretching, like he's just doing squats. And every time he's doing squats, he goes, ho! Ho! Like behind you, just like doing like, probably manly squats.
Shakan, stop exercising. This isn't the time, okay? We're receiving guests.
He'll come over. He'll jog over.
Ah, I see you've deigned to provide us with your presence, Shakan. Very well. Would you are you up for a fight, my friend?
He just smiles, and goes, always.
Sorry, you cut out there, mate.
Yeah, he just smiles and goes, always.
Good. Very well. I have my champion.
Yeah. Okay. What we'll do is I will roll just a few. I'll roll just 500 just to see what happens. Speed things up a little bit. D100. Okay, so our space is cleared and the fight begins. And since this is two NPCs, I've done my roll. So Shokan basically comes at Gaijin, who just basically unslings his sword from his back and stands there ready. And it's basically a defensive battle from Gaijin, Gaijin knows he's outmatched here in skill and strength and ferocity. So he's parrying and parrying and parrying and parrying. So finally you start to see Shokan tiring a little bit, and then just as they come in they come in for like their swords lock and they come together, and you can hear that Gaijin's been goading Shokan all this time. Shokan's been coming on much more, even more fierce than he has been before, and he says something to Shokan, and Shokan just starts talking back in his face, and as soon as he starts talking, Gaijin rams his head into Shokan's nose and sends him sprawling backwards, and then he twirls his sword around in his hand and hits him across the face and sends him sprawling into the floor. You see a metal thunk as he just goes down to the floor. So he's hit him so that the blade of his sword doesn't slice into his head as he's doing. So it's like he's holding it like a knife, and just goes bang and just hits him, so he falls down to the floor. And then he just puts his sword back in its sheath and looks over to you, Darthus, and just makes a motion is that good enough?
Impressive. Shakan is one of our best warriors, and certainly our most ferocious. I see that you have a mind for swordplay.
He says, I have a mind for tactics. I'm better than a middling swordsman, but the graveyards are full of middling swordsmen.
That they are, and they're full of good swordsmen as well, but not quite as full as good tacticians.
He says, that's why I lead. Well, I make the decisions. Kanos leads, and Kanos just nods solemnly.
I see. Well, I'm sure you're here to discuss the price as well for your loyalty. What will it cost us?
For my men, 7,500 a month.
Just going to look pointedly over at Sire, who seems to be the richest person on our crew at the moment.
I'll be willing to take that in 6 monthly installments.
I see.
Or, if you don't want to pay me up front, we'll call it... I'll get paid bi-monthly. How about that? And we'll work gratis for the first month, just so you can see what we do.
I see. Sire, how does that sound to you?
Do I have a choice?
He looks at you and goes, of course you have a choice.
No, I don't say that out loud.
Okay.
That's not Saya. Just saying, well, Seems that once again, this is left to me. But we need them.
I agree, we do. We do. Men like this are hard to come by, especially in the days to come. We'll need them. And I'll turn back to Gaijin and say, very well. Make yourselves welcome. I'm sure we can find quarters for you. Welcome to Castle Wolfspine.
He says, thank you. And just nods his head and just like tells his men to start bringing the stuff in. As they walk past you, a lone figure walks into Wolfspire in black. And he looks quite tall. And he has a shock of blonde hair streaking down one side of his face. But the rest of it's black. He has like one shock of blonde hair. And he just staggers into the courtyard. Well, not staggers, but walks into the courtyard. And then pulls back his hood and looks around. And Saya, you recognise this as Hai.
Oh.
Your mentor, your main person.
I go up to him. What are you doing here?
He looks at you like solemnly and says, I'm on a job.
And your target? Can you tell me?
He says, he looks at you like a sadness in his eyes and just shakes his head and goes, you know who it is.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that.
He says, before I do this, I feel I owe you some answers, don't I?
What's going on?
He says, we have a new master in the Black Lotus. He's eaten away at the core of our organisation. I'm bound to accept contracts, however, even if I don't approve of them. An assassin's word is his bond. That's the first lesson I taught you. Only one of us can walk away from this. There's a note in my robes with all the information you need, should you be the one who walks away.
What could they possibly want with me?
He said he just looks, you know, despondent and just says, I should have left long ago, but it's my only home.
Why don't you stay here?
It's like, if you've forgotten all that I've taught you, my word is my bond. I'm loyal to the Black Lotus. Even if that organisation no longer means anything. If I don't fight for the Black Lotus, then what of all the killings that I've done in my life, what do they mean? Alright?
That's not the Black Lotus anymore.
Says it's always the Black Lotus. And he like draws two blades from his sides. And the robes like fall away. Okay.
And, you know, as I draw my blades, I say, what of my apprentices if I fall?
He says, if you fall, I will take them back with me. They've done no wrong, and neither of you, to be honest. I know not the reason for the attempt on your life.
I really don't want to kill you.
He's like, he just looks at you and goes, for the last time, an assassin's word is his bond. And he like just jumps towards you and engages you basically.
Yeah, I use my spinning blades. Like, I'm guessing he gets the first attack since he kind of jumps at me.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to activate my spinning blades.
Okay. And what does that do?
It means that any of his hits that I turn aside are automatic crits on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if I roll a crit, it has the instant death rule.
No.
Cool. So he does those attacks. He spins towards you with both
Yeah.
blades. It's like going. Does it come towards you?
Shit.
So you turn away the crit,
Right. Well,
which is good. So the crit's gone. 1 is gone. 2 is gone. So 3 of his go, and 4 of his go through. So it's AN2. Okay. And no, it's AN3. Sorry. No, AN2. Yes, you still get your life ward save and your reflex save.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do reflex first.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. You said 4 go through?
Yeah. Normal ones.
Okay.
But they're still a
So
P2.
here's reflex. Okay. 2 of those pass. I think my reflex is 4+.
Mm-hmm. It's V10. So yeah.
Yeah. So
And life ward on the others.
yeah, I passed 2 of those, and then 2 life wards. One of those passes a life ward, and then I have an Aegis, I believe.
Okay.
Let's see if I get lucky. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I'm okay.
So, and
So, how many of those did I turn aside?
3, and one of those is a crit.
Okay. Do I roll my instant deaths?
Yeah,
now?
just roll the instant death.
Okay. All right, so that's 5d100.
Yep, 5d100.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
crit.
yeah. So you're defending, and you have better armor on than he does because he's had to sneak in here, and you're suspecting that that's the only way, you're winning this fight, because he slices into you a few times, and you breathe, and you're panicking because you think he's you're dead, like he's like got you here. But as he comes in, he doesn't realize that you've got that much better armor on. So eventually, you stop his blade, and then you just hesitate for the slightest moment, and the fight breaks apart again. And then he comes for you. He gets you in a position where he can kill you, and he hesitates, and you use that moment to shove one of your blades straight through him. And he just looks at you with a tear in his eye and just cups you up both, drops his blades, and puts your head in both of his hands. And just nods like he's impressed, and then just slides off your blade dead onto the floor. And there's a big circle around you of people watching, and that fight lasted 3 seconds. So
Yeah.
all that happened in about 3 seconds.
Yeah. I'm just next to his body, on my knees, just looking down. Is he dead already?
Yeah, he's dead.
Dying?
He's dead already.
Okay.
I'll rush over and just say, "Sire, are you okay? I barely even saw what was happening before it was over. I'm glad you could handle yourself."
This is my master.
Your master? What is he doing here?
Black Lotus sent him here to kill me.
I see.
And I reach out. I'm sure my hands are shaking, and I reach out into his pocket and
you
find a note.
You find a note with your birth second name on it, and you have, and it's addressed to, and in brackets it says Little Swallow, because that's what I used to call you, and it's got the seal of the Black Lotus on it. So if you break it open, you can read it if you want to, or you can save it for later, or you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, I'll probably read it when there aren't a bunch of people in a circle around me.
Probably a good idea.
I mean, would you be able to leave the body? I mean, I don't think you'd. You sure don't want to read it now? Or?
You could just stow it in your pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was That's what I was thinking. I'm putting it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'm not like darting to my room.
No. What do you order is done? You know, with his body.
Yeah. Well, what do we normally do with our dead?
You burn them.
Yeah. Okay. Then we'll do that.
Okay. So you order a pyre in the middle of the grounds, do you, or?
Yeah. However we normally do it.
Yeah. Well, if it's only one person, you can do it in the middle of the grounds.
Yeah. I don't think my apprentices knew him or anything, so.
Mm-hmm. So.
Because he was from a Gensen branch, and none of them are from Gensen.
So later on, just for give me a poetic license here, but later on, there's a funeral pyre here. Only the top commanders are invited, and they're all keeping a respectful distance. Apart from Gaijin, who walks over to you as you have the note in your hands, and he just he doesn't say anything for a while. And so, do you want to open the note and look at it now?
Sure.
Okay. So, the note states. That the Black Lotus have been bought and taken over by Gormal Creddock, who is now the Supreme Grand Master of the Black Lotus, and a position that he's bought gradually, and he's been initiating the Shadow War across the world between assassins for years, and so he took over the Shadows of Kalestown, and he even disbanded the Kaid Thorn, and most of them now work for him, and he's brought them all under the Black Lotus, and the Black Lotus have taken him in because he's basically gotten rid of all of their competition. Most of the purest Black Lotus assassins have been killed, and Hai was the only one of the only purebloods left, basically. And the Gormal Creddock thought he would kill two birds with one stone by having you fight each other. And he states, no Black Lotus assassin can touch him. They're bound by oath. So, in the letter, Hai, as your superior, officially banishes you from the Black Lotus and asks you for a favour from one assassin to another to destroy Gormal Creddock. Take the Black Lotus back from him and slay all those who get in your way. So you're officially not part of the Black Lotus anymore.
Okay.
And Gaijin just puts a hand on your shoulder and says, sorry, I heard what happened. I didn't get to see it happen that quickly. How are you faring? You okay?
I will be.
He like looks into the fire with you, and that's where we'll end the session for this time around. Because we've done everything that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, everyone got to do some stuff, which is nice.
We did. That's good. With that?
Yeah.
Shit happened.
It did.
Always. So, it's fun.
It's ended on a solemn note, but not all fun and games, of course.
Yeah. A lot of it's not fun or games. I don't mean like as a player, I mean as a character.
It's all been quite awkward. Murdering, masters and such.
Yeah.
Well, next week we'll be doing session 17. So, hopefully everyone will be okay for that. And thank you for playing, everyone. That was nice.
Thanks very much. Thanks for Jimmy.
Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, I'll speak to you guys a little bit later on.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.